All right. My name is Ben Arnon, and this is my mom, Sarah, and I'm going to interview her today. So thanks, Mom. Thanks for doing this.
My pleasure.
This is for Huffington Post. Talk to me. Um, First question is, what do you know now that you wish you knew when you were my age, at 40 years old?
Oh boy. um, I wish I knew that the most important things in life aren't the things that you spend a lot of time worrying over when you're 40.
Mm-hmm.
That as you age, you start to realize that it's the little things that are important.
What do you think is the most? What are some of the little things that you did for yourself or for our family that made the biggest difference and the biggest impact?
I think that I think Dad and I made a conscious decision to make sure that we offered the three of you individual time and that we gave you quality time because we both worked. So, you know, I don't think that uh, the quantity is what is important. And I think that it didn't, I don't think you realized that we weren't around for some things.
Um, who's been the biggest influence on your life, and what lessons did that person teach you?
Mm. I think probably my grandmother and my uncles. Um, they were very connected to family, as you know, and I think that they made it quite clear that that was an important aspect of life.
Mm-hmm. Um, how has your life been different than what you imagined?
Well, your dad died earlier than I expected, and I didn't expect to have to deal with illness, and I I didn't expect um, to have to deal with so much loss in life.
What's the most difficult challenge that you faced in life?
I guess most people would assume that it was um, fighting illness, but I don't think that's the biggest challenge. I think the biggest challenge um, that I've had has been to raise three independent children, making sure that you had your separate identities. I think that's really hard work.
Um, what's the biggest lesson that you'd like to pass on to future generations?
Don't wait to do things. Do things when when you can and when opportunity avails itself, because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring.
Do you remember what was going through your mind when you first saw me?
Um, yes, actually, I was thinking, oh, I feel so much better because I was so uncomfortable in that pregnancy. And of course, 5 minutes later, your brother was born. Um, but we had planned on a Benjamin in our life. So I was ready with your name and not ready with Jeremy's name. So um, I kind of focused on finding a way to know who was who.
Uh, and how did you tell us apart?
Well, not to embarrass you, your head was a little larger than his. Not much, but just enough that I could tell. Dad could never tell you apart when you were babies, but to me there was a big difference.
What's your favorite memory of me?
Ah, oh God, that's a hard one. Um, I think that you've done a lot of very funny things, and you know how much I love humor. And I just can never forget the day you came running to the front door saying, "Help, help, my brother is being chased by a wild dog." And Jeremy came running down the street being chased by a tiny three-legged beagle.
How old do you think I was?
You were probably about 5.
Um, Tell me a story of the happiest moment that you've ever had.
Gee, it's hard to focus on the happiest moment. I've had a lot of them. I mean, certainly my wedding was a really wonderful moment. Each delivery was special and exciting, and you know, various aspects of family life growing up were exciting and happy and wonderful. And before all of you in my own life, I think that I came from a happy background. I came from a happy family, so most of my moments were happy.
What do you think is the most important um, aspect of parenting?
Listening, being there, and respecting children's thoughts, and making sure that their voice is heard and allowing it.
All right. Thanks, Mom.